Offering senior living options
get better
for the
from here.
lifestyle you deserve.
Do I have a button
with
to mute
amenities
any
and
one of these
services
guys?
for a carefree,
At any
independent
time?
way of life. And by the Princeton Club, a premier health club that combines state-of-the-art equipment with a highly trained staff and convenient locations. Now, here are your co-hosts of Talking Golf, Dennis Tiziani and Paul Brown.
And we welcome you to Cherokee Country Club in Madison for the final edition this season of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Along with Dennis Tiziani, we've got two other special guests tonight. Steve Stricker is with us. Larry Tiziani is with us. And we don't exactly have a campfire going here, but I tell you what, we're just going to chat for an hour about a lot of different things. And hopefully we can get these guys going a little bit. We're going to talk about hunting, one of their favorite subjects. Obviously, we're going to talk about golf, and we'll cover a number of other subjects as well. First of all, welcome, guys, and thanks for doing this. Dennis, a lot of bad weather in the Madison area and throughout the area in general. On the course here at Cherokee, there was some damage and a lot of water. What's the current status?
Good. We're going to be playing tomorrow. We'll play 9 holes tomorrow. There's a couple of holes yet we can do. A number of trees blown down, but some of those we probably take out anyway. So it's bad weather. I hope it doesn't rain anymore. But we should be ready to go tomorrow, at least 9 or 12 holes.
Larry, I'm going to start with you because this isn't the first time this kind of a situation has happened. Just kind of quickly go into the story back in 1993 when you and Dennis had truckloads of dirt. You were raising the level of the fairway, and just kind of recap when that happened that year, some of the things you did there very quickly.
One of the responsibilities we had was number 2 was one of the holes that we filled in quick to raise the fairway. And
okay.
We had at that time in the short range, which was all the way almost back to 7T, was sod, but it was very saturated and wet.
Uh-huh.
And we cut that sod, and then you know how a jelly roll looks. You have to stick the pole through the middle of the jelly roll and lift it. When you lifted it, it just oozed water. And we filled up the trailer, and we had...
Who'd you get to help you do that?
We had Steve and Mario helped us.
Steve and Mario.
And anyway,
they seem like two young guys at the time. That should be good enough.
Very
strong,
very strong, very great shape. And they loaded the trailer, and we went out to number 2, and we drove out there, and we getting ready to unload the sod. And those two guys said that they're going to go and have lunch. It's 25 years I waited for them to come back. Never came back.
You think you'll ever come back and buy lunch?
No.
Buy lunch.
I used to
buy
buy
lunch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that day.
How convenient he forgets, huh?
No, I remember that day. We didn't work very hard. I remember that too. But we, that's been a long time. And then the flood here. What year was where you had a
97, 98?
97?
Yeah. That was really tough there. That was, that was really a tough deal. We were going across on bridges and pallets and all
plywood.
that sort of stuff. Oh boy.
Fish in the fairways.
Fish. I went down there with it on 16. The water was up to my knees. It was very clear, so I could look down and see the sprinkler heads.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking down there, and here's fish swimming by me right on the thing. Fish had come. That's how much water there was then.
Yeah.
I walked in the sports lounge, and there was a guy in a canoe going across.
Yeah, that's what I remember that guy too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hole number 3, all you could see was the top of the black of the ball washer.
Yeah.
On number 14.
Right.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was really. Oh, wow. The water came right up to. I lived right there then, right? But the water, you could watch it during somebody's coming right up to the edge of my lawn. So those fairways were all underwater.
Well, we're going to get into the sport of golf and how you guys all got together, and we'll do that after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
With elevated tee shots featuring majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must-play list this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that. Time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
We're not your electric company, but we help move power to your community. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps to energize your everyday life. We provide stable, reliable energy transmission from the energy sources to your home or business. We are American Transmission Company, the vital link between power production and the people who count on it. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
The critics are raving. It's the hottest reservation in the city, and people wait months for a table. And now, it's finally time to take your seat behind the wheel of the 2018 E-Class at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. This is performance at its most tasteful. Refined power and Mercedes-Benz luxury with enough turbocharged torque to get you back in time for dessert. Visit MBUSA.com/E-Class to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
About 30.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
W265 CV Madison.
Welcome back to Cherokee Country Club in Madison for Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Special guest tonight, Larry Tiziani is here. Steve Stricker is here. Dennis Tiziani, of course. Steve, where did your relationship begin with Larry and Dennis? Take us through that. How did it all start?
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
This goes way back to college days when Dennis was the coach at the University of Wisconsin for the men's team, and he recruited me when I was a senior at high school down in Edgerton, and came up here on a recruiting visit. So yeah, it goes way back to 1985, 84 probably, where I met Tiz, and then once I didn't end up coming to school here, as we all know, but I did come back and get his help, I think right before my junior year of college while I was at the University of Illinois, and met Nikki then.
Yeah, tell that story. Apparently you were with...
I don't want to tell it.
You don't want to tell it?
No.
We just got done hitting some balls. We were on our way to hit the range, and we drove over to the pool. And this girl comes running over in a one-piece bathing suit, and Tiz talks to her, and just says, "See you later," and all this. And as we left, I said, "Hey," slap my arm. I'm like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "That's my daughter, Nikki."
Never mind.
And so I think he must have scared me because I didn't call Nikki. Nikki ended up calling me, and we went out on a date, and we dated for 7 years before I finally got the courage to ask Tiz if I could marry his daughter.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine that? Him asking Tiz?
Oh yes.
You can?
Yeah. It just comes to a story I call mine. You all remember the Odd Couple?
Yeah.
Oscar and Felix?
Yeah.
That's who Steve reminds me of when we go hunting to put stands up. Felix.
Oh, really?
Oh, my goodness gracious. A project that takes 5 or 10 minutes. The stand's got to go up. It's got to come down. It's got to turn this way. It's got to tilt that way. And when it's all said and done, you start all over again.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we can switch to deer hunting. And then when it comes to hunting, I'll start with you. Who's the best shooter of the three of you?
Yeah, you know me, Paul. I don't do a lot of trash talking at all. I'm pretty straight up with all that. And I have never missed a deer. It's been found.
How many is that? Is it one or two?
Oh,
Or
no, we find them all. It may be a year or two later, but
The
we
Coyotes
find
may
it.
have found one or two or three.
Or two.
So you're claiming you're the best shooter. Steve, who's the best shooter between the three of you?
Oh, I Tiz uses this high tech equipment. What do you call those?
What, crossbow?
Yeah, crossbow. I mean, he can shoot out to 60 yards.
Oh yeah.
So
When's the last time you heard him not have an excuse?
Who?
The sight fell off.
It did.
The
Yeah.
bow, yeah.
It did fall off.
Denny, Steve and I, we usually go hunting and we go in the dark and we come out in the dark. Denny stays in the stand until he runs out of almond bars.
Or salted nut rolls, right?
There you go.
You had salted nut rolls on your windshield yesterday.
Oh yeah, you give me. That's right. He had 2 salted nut rolls in my windshield.
So
Yes.
how do you feel about shooting here? Are you going to let them claim to be the best shooter?
Oh yeah, that's what they get a kick out of shooting. I probably pass up more deer than they see, and I probably see bigger deer than what they see. But my theory is this way: look at how happy it is when somebody else kills it. And the other thing, it's $1,000 deer. That's what I look at. Is by the time you get done with everything and then you mount it, I mean, I really don't need to do that, So I just have fun sitting eating almond joys in my tree stand.
Now, I've listened to you guys talk about deer hunting all the time, and I'm a little bit confused here because I understand you have a Deer Hall of Fame wall, right? Where they mount the deer that have been shot.
A TV wall.
Steve, let's start with who has the most mounts on that wall?
Well, there's two mounts on the wall. There's total inch buck. Whoever shoots the biggest buck with the total inches, not points, but you add up all the inches. There's a scoring formula for that. And then a non-typical and a typical top buck, and that's what's on the TV wall. And Tommy Martin has the non-typical side, and I so happen to have the typical buck on the TV wall. But as you can tell over there by Larry, there's a little discrepancy.
Yeah, because Larry will say, you know what? They change the rules every year depending on what happens. One year it's this, and then the next year you change. Is that right, or did I misinterpret what you said?
We sat in Lady Don's, Paul, Oberdahl, Steve, and Denny, and we came that the deer would be determined on the way they would score Pope and Young, which is on net points. It changes weekly to accommodate these guys. Yeah, I started on the TV wall. I'm now in the bathroom. In the back room. That's where the buck is.
You just got to shoot bigger bucks.
Tiz, what's your favorite story about hunting and Steve?
We went, he didn't hunt very much as growing up, and I took him up to partridge hunt. Partridge, northern Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And I can remember, that, there were 2 birds on a limb there. You shoot this one, I'll shoot that one. I shoot this one, he falls down, he shoots this one takes off. Say, what the hell was that? So we go a little further and find out that he doesn't really know what the back sight is, how to line up what the deal is. So there was a bird on the side of the road. We went past him. I said, so shoot this one here. Well, all there was left was feathers. I mean, he shot the bird right in the chest and just exploded it. Now, if that was my dad, you get a swift kick in the butt. See, if he ever found the BB in the breast, you're done. So you got to shoot him in the head. But anyway, that's a favorite story. But after that, he went on and became pretty good at trap shooting. And did
49 out of 50 or anything like that?
Yeah, over 50. Did you have that many?
No, I don't think I did, but
he did that, but so he got to shoot pretty good now. It's not too much rifle hunting anymore, not too much gun hunting. Most of it is bird hunting or is bow hunting. But that was kind of a favorite story. I said, what the hell's this guy shooting at? You know, I mean, a bird on the limb right in front of us there. I mean, could have thrown a rock and hit him, you know. But anyway, it worked out pretty good. And since that time, you know, it's progressed very well. It's got a lot of deer, a lot of impressive bucks, and he kills most of them. Some we have to dig out of the water.
Yeah, I was
Off the
going to ask
river.
about that. Wasn't there something about Steve hanging over the water on a tree limb or something like that?
Prior to this,
Oh, there's a story prior to this.
I had shot a couple deer that we never found. They were shot excellent, but I had a very poor support team. So what I had to do was train these guys how to find deer, you know, blood trail, etc. And then they were doing very well, and I took them to the top of the mountain, and we have the deer we call river buck that died in the river.
Okay.
And now we have to do recovery out of the river. Now it's November, it's cold, and Steve was going to go into the river, thinking of taking off his hunting clothes and go in the river to get this deer. Its rapids are going down. I said, I don't think that's a very good idea. So anyway, the long and short of the story, they worked out after instruction. I guided them how to get the river out and get the horns hooked and use the cart to pull them up, and it was recoverable. Which then I got a little bit of abuse for the deer running into the river, which this so-called wall buck that he has now was shot in another farm out of the county that where the original farm
Oh,
should be.
yeah, see?
And this deer was found in the river.
Is that right?
The next day, he tracked it to the river. So my support skills work very well.
You want to defend yourself, Mr. Stricker,
No,
on this, or do you have a story about these two
Well,
guys?
Everything's true on what Larry said there. What I've been thinking about is training one of my dogs to be able to find these wounded deer that Larry shoots. And I've thought about it, and I think that's our next step is to start training one of my short hairs to recover Larry's deer.
I tell you what, though, kind of summarizing the hunting, you guys really have a blast, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's a lot of fun, you know. There's a couple of stories about him shooting deer, though. He said,
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, there was one there. I remember he came to get me, and he shot it in the back legs, and he couldn't run. That's how he got that one. That was one.
I heard about one arrow ricocheting off a tree or something.
No, oh, that's another story. But then there's another one that he shot and hit it in the forehead.
He did.
He goes to lay down, and there, when the deer moves his head, the arrow is moving like this. So, no, there's some inaccuracies there of the kill thing. So some of these got away, you know.
But seriously, Steve, the camaraderie and the friendship, that's really what it's all about. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
we have a great time. You know, and it's starting now. You know, we'll go down the next week or two to get these stands. We got a lot of stands to clear out and get them safe and ready for us to go up into them. And, you know, we go have lunch, we BS with each other as we're going around. And it's fun. And that's what it's always been with these guys. You know, when I first came up here, I didn't know how to hunt. I never hunted very much growing up as a kid in Edgerton. I would squirrel hunt a little bit every once in a while. But when I came up here, my wife, Nikki, would hunt. Mario, Dennis, Larry, there was a group down at the Cherokee Maintenance Building that would all, you know, help us and hunt. And so that's how I got really initiated into hunting. And then I bought my first bow. I still remember doing that. Larry helped pick me out a bow just from a shop down the road here and loved it. You know, it's just something that's really, really fun to do. It's we all get along great. We all spend a lot of time together during this fall season, and we have a ball with it.
And now you're getting the family involved. Starting to hear stories about Izzy and Bobby and Nikki hunting too, huh?
Well, Nikki's gotten back into it a little bit. She'll bring a bow. She took a shot a couple of years ago. She hit a good shot too, and we didn't recover it. It was right here at Cherokee, but she's come out a little bit now and then. The kids will come with me. They won't hunt or kill anything, but they enjoy coming and sitting up in the tree with me and just watching it all take place. And it's really pretty magical when you go out and sit in a tree and watch the animals and watch the woods come alive in the morning. And especially when they don't know you're there. It's pretty fun to see and to do.
How about bobby hunting?
Go ahead.
Oh, so that Steve takes her, good story. He takes her hunting. A 6-pointer walks out. Well, you got to shoot that. Nah, let's wait for a bigger one. Okay, so wait for a bigger one. So a bigger one does come out. 8-pointer. Oh, Dad, it's past shooting time, so we can't be shooting that deer. She fought every way how not to shoot this deer. And the littlest one, now she's getting not little anymore. She's getting bigger, but had her up in the stand. And, at night you hear the coyotes.
You wouldn't kid her or anything or about animal sounds and those kind of things?
That wouldn't be you. She's got her own deal with, you hear coyotes, at night.
Yeah.
And she was going to get down. And then the coyote started yelping. So she told Steve, maybe we ought to stay up here for a while.
We'll continue after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that. Time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. We're back at Cherokee Country Club in Madison on this season's final edition of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Special guests with us tonight, Larry Tiziani, Steve Stricker. Dennis Tiziani is here. Before we continue our conversation, a couple of quick notes. Number one is the golf passes for UW Ridge and Wild Rock are totally sold out. Thank you to the people that bought those golf passes, and the money comes to the Golf Effect charity. Also, because it's our last show tonight, we wanted to update you on the Birdies to End Alzheimer's. The total that's in right now, as of today, is $59,188. To everybody that made a pledge, thank you very much. We appreciate it. 100% of those proceeds will go to Alzheimer's research at the UW, and there are still some pledges that will be coming in. Not everybody has fulfilled their pledge yet at this point, but as of today, $59,188. And guys, that's pretty neat, really, when you think about it.
Very cool for the first rip, and marketing and such will pick up again for next season, and hopefully that the foundation will see fit to let us do this again.
And Steve, the tournament was a great tournament, and your total, the overall tournament total will be announced about December, but it was very successful in general, wasn't it?
Very successful again. We sold more corporate spots. More people came out. It looks like we're going to raise more money than what we've done in the last year, which was $1.6 million last year. It looks like we're at that number, or even a little bit higher. So thanks to the community that got involved, and the people who came out to watch. The players love coming here. We got a great sponsor, obviously, in American Family Insurance, and they do everything to make it work right, and it's been a success so far.
Okay, let's get back to having some fun, and this is one that I'm going to be interested to see if you and your brother concede talking golf. That guy over there on the left, is he the best putter without a question among the three of you?
Oh yeah, he makes everything when I play with him. Everything, no question. I'm not even gonna challenge that one.
Tiz, you gonna challenge that one at all?
No, he's he putts good under different conditions, though. Tour conditions.
Are you saying the greens are better?
Oh no, well, there might be better, but there's more at stake. There's more concentration. I think when we play, that we play and then we hit it and chase it, and the concentration is, but clearly the record speaks for itself, about putting. In fact, if he could putted as good as he did putt a few years ago, he'd have won already 2 or 3 times.
Oh, no pressure on you there, Steve.
I don't know about winning 2 or 3 times, but I surely would have had some really good tournaments this year. I didn't putt very well this year. I worked hard at it this year. I'm onto a few things still, but I don't know if it's age finally catching up to me a little bit, or whatever it is, but I just didn't hole as many putts. I did on the Champions Tour. I putted pretty well on the Champions Tour. On the regular tour, I just didn't putt the way I'm normally capable of putting.
You mentioned getting older. There's this story recently about Tiger and his putting, and he's not putting as well. And there was some discussion there about when you do get older, he's nearsighted, he's starting to have more problems in reading the greens and that kind of thing. You don't think about it that way, but that's probably a realistic thought, is it?
Yeah,
not?
very much so. I mean, there's that's a real thing, and I can attribute some of that poor putting to that as well. I think I'll look at putts now that I'll look at it a couple different sides, and I'm like, it looks like it could go both ways. And all of a sudden that creeps into your decision making, and then you don't put a confident stroke on there because you're really not sure your read. And so, yeah, I think as we get older, and that becomes a little bit of an issue, our eyesight. I'm wearing cheaters now, which I hate to admit, but I can't see anymore. So it's there's things that are happening that I don't want to happen, but you got to deal with it and try to do the best you can playing.
How's this going to affect the 30 or 40 yard shot?
Oh, I can see 30 and 40 yards without any problem. It's that fine print up close.
To that, with these guys, they don't admit to anything. I admit some of my errors in shooting.
What are they not admitting
in the bowl? But I have to initial their fletchings on their arrows.
Oh
boy!
And I count their arrows when they come back in. And they put arrows, I think, by their tree. So when they miss, they just fill their quiver up again like they never missed. It gets very It's a full-time project keeping their shots in order.
Oh, jeez. He's full of it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's really full
You think
of
he's
it.
kidding? That's the truth when he's doing it. Count my bow arrow. How many arrows? You had 4 when you went out, 3 when you get back.
Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it? Stuck in a tree.
If you, Steve, and Dennis and Larry, same question. If you could go out for 18 holes, strictly fun, non-family, who'd be in your foursome?
Non-family.
Non-family. Who'd be in your foursome? Just to have a round of fun, not take anything serious. Just play golf with friends.
Yeah, good question. It would all be golfers probably of eras before me. You know, I never got the ability to see Hogan. I played with Nicklaus and Palmer, but I still think to have Hogan, Nicklaus, Palmer would be something pretty special, and maybe even throw in like Byron Nelson or somebody like that, or even go way back, you know, and Jones or any of those great early time players that you heard so much about growing up as a kid and reading about in some of the history books and stuff like that I never was able to experience some of them, but fortunate to do a couple of them, but some of those early players I wasn't around to see.
Tiz?
Well, some of those would be pretty good, but I just have just as much fun. A family is a big item for me.
Right,
to play with
I know
them.
that. That's why I said other than family.
But I had fun last week. I played in an event here, and I had 3 women members, and we had a gas playing here. People we played, and that was a lot of fun. So, I think back maybe other than that of guys that were, Mike Ben Cresciuto, the pro at Milwaukee Country, Manuel De La Torre. I mean, those were Bobby Brew. I mean, those were people when I first came here on a competitive basis that I was able to play with. So, that would be good. But then again, I'd like to play with people who I don't have to beat up, because, when you go to play, your buddies and everything, but you want to beat the hell out of them, I just soon do that. And like I said, with this group that I played with here, was very relaxing, very good. And, I had a lot of fun, actually.
Well, that's good. Larry?
I'm again, family would be a big thing, but away from that, I have a lot of fun playing with people you don't normally play with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you put some of the members, I have a lot of fun with some of my friends like Doc and Clyde, and they hit good shots, and I wish it did kick in the bunker. I wish it would go over the green, and those guys said you're supposed to help me, but it's that kind of interchange that we have that makes it fun, and there's a lot of people that I enjoy doing that with.
All 3 of you guys are very competitive, had a lot of success at a lot of different levels. Other than golf, we'll go back to Steve. If you could make an Olympic team, what sport would it be? Not golf. What other sport would you be playing?
Oh, good question. Never played hockey growing up, but that sport, and I know you're close with that, Paul, over the years, you called a lot of hockey games,
right.
But I never was able to play hockey. It wasn't offered in Edgerton, it just didn't have that ability, but I think I enjoy watching it too, the playoffs, especially the playoffs when they come around, but it's a fascinating sport. The guys are very talented. Some of the shots they create and make for themselves, and the passing, it's pretty cool to see.
Tiz?
Ski jumping.
Yeah.
Well,
that was up in your neck of the woods.
I grew up doing that, and to be able to be by yourself and flying, and it's kind of a deal, 75, 80 miles an hour when you hit the in run, in the jump, and you got to catch it just right, and you can lean on the wind a little bit and carry all the way down to the bottom, see how much you can keep on pushing it, and before there's 2 hits, hitting the ground and then you hitting the ground. But ski jumping would be it. That'd be really good.
Larry, can you see your brother coming down the hill on the ski jump?
Oh, I've watched him do that way back when.
That's right.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the hills that were the runs that were made were dangerous in themselves, let alone going off the hill.
So what would you, if you were in the Olympics as a non-golfer, what sport would it be?
Probably I'd like baseball.
That doesn't surprise me that you said that.
Yeah, he would do that. Yeah. I watched him one time. He had 14 strikeouts.
In one game?
He was a pitcher, yeah. Little league.
Did he
Left
throw it
hand.
like he shoots his bow?
I don't know. I don't know. It was two or three times it's headhunting, and then he backed the guy. When our kids were young, so they're going to
Yeah.
stand there and he's firing it by him. But yeah, he had 14 strikeouts in one game. Holy mackerel, I said this guy.
Okay, another
7
one.
innings.
And he went to the University of Minnesota, though. What is
Where?
this? Illinois and Minnesota. What's this all about with these two guys?
Well, I don't know what you're asking me about.
Yeah.
They got money.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Well, they got paid to go
Yeah.
there. I mean, what the hell? That's all I can think about.
One more, and then we're going to take another break here. Would you rather be, let's go to Steve, the best player on a bad team or the worst player on a good team?
Oh.
I think the worst player on a good team.
Tiz?
Best player.
I'm going with the best player.
Okay.
Enough of that.
All right. And we'll go back to if you were given a 1 minute spot.
Before you go, why don't you get involved in these stories? Why don't you tell them how you trash in hockey?
Trash in hockey?
You and Johansson. Tell that story a little bit. Get involved in.
No, we don't have time for
Yes,
that.
we do.
No, we don't have time for that. Because I got to get this one in before the break. If
on
we have to,
on the air with I had no microphone.
but I got the last word.
Yes,
didn't I?
you had the only word.
It's the only time I ever got the last word.
Yeah.
If you were given 1 minute in the Super Bowl telecast, what would you fill it with about you?
Oh, I think I would like to the accomplishments maybe that I made in helping people improve their game.
Right.
And that's to do it. I still have fun doing that at my age, and don't see myself really wanting to slow down from that. So I would try to
That's a good thing, yeah.
let everybody know about my teaching.
And Dennis, Larry's pretty humble about that. Before you answer the question, he's literally made hundreds of young people better golfers.
Well, you have to understand that he's formally educated along the ways too. He has a master's degree in guidance and counseling. So a lot of these things take place. So a lot of the stuff that he's teaching is not just golf and fundamentals. It's the mental side. And if you talk to the people that he's teaching, that's what they'll bring up, that they're better equipped when they get on the course to apply the fundamentals. And that's something that I don't know how many people that are teaching today have that educational background to get into the mental side of the game, because that's where it's at. Physically, a lot of these people can do it, but mentally is another story. How do I handle rejection? How do all those things happen,
Okay, now I'm going to turn to the Super Bowl, and I got a hunch what you might say, and I'll tell you if I'm wrong. If you had a minute to fill it up about you, what would it be?
Experiences of coaching at the University of Wisconsin.
Okay.
Coaching golf. What do you think it would be?
Finding your passion, giving it away.
I did that. That's what it is. I mean, that's something that I don't talk about very much, but it is something that one would do going through now at age 45 that I am,
He forgot a few years, didn't he?
that you find those things out. And after a while, that's what you give away. It's how other people leave. You do this, that, but when they leave me here on that tee, I'm not leaving until they're smiling, they're laughing, they had a good time, and then all's well.
Steve, you got 1 minute to fill it up, and not with the Avis TV ads. we
Yeah,
used to
no,
fill.
don't worry about that. Down the similar lines is what these guys said. The last couple of years to be involved with our foundation and be able to give back through this golf tournament that we're putting on here at the University Ridge, to get the people coming up to you and shaking your hand and saying thanks. We've given them enough money to make their year budget, and some of these charities that we're donating back to them makes us feel very special. And I think as golfers, we're all golfers here, and it was instilled in us a long time ago from the people before us, that showed us that through this game that we're able to give back, and that's the right thing to do. And these guys give back in a different way, and I do it in a different way, but we're all trying to help and do our part and give back.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to give them a couple.
What the hell would you do?
Mine wouldn't be involved in broadcasting. I would love to be involved in.
Well, you are. You're here right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
This is big time.
I'm going to give them a couple of minutes to think about a couple of when we come back from the break. And what's the funniest joke that they know by heart? They'll give them a little time to think about it. And then maybe at the expense of saying it's this particular one, when you do interviews, and they do a lot of interviews, what's the dumbest question you've ever been asked by a sportscaster? That might be it. We'll be back right after this timeout on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
What can you count on? There's that friend who always calls at the right time. A loyal companion, always ready to go. Here's something else you can count on: electricity. Just flip a switch and your life powers up. At American Transmission Company, we help make sure electricity is there when you need it. That's what we do. Deliver economical, reliable power for your everyday life. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
The mighty Blue Marlin. You've battled for 2 solid hours. He jumps again. He's almost at the side of the boat. It's the moment of truth. Because there's never been a better time to test drive the 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC. With a smooth 9-speed transmission, it loves to run. Set course for your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Visit mbusa.com/GLC to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
30.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
Dave, you have one
It's
more
the
break
cashier
after
at the
this.
corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. Our special guest tonight, Steve Stricker and Larry Tiziani. And during the break, I guess we decided that jokes, maybe they're not airable with this group, huh? Unless
I just got a text from one of my
one of your daughters.
The jokes that you tell would not be appropriate for radio. I said, well, geez, what's this appropriate stuff? You know.
Okay, we'll move on. Steve, we'll start with you because you get interviewed all the time. Really, what is one of the dumbest questions you've ever been asked?
Oh, I don't know. I maybe if I missed a little 2 or 3 foot putt and you're in contention or something like that, and the reporter would probably ask you, well, what happened? What happened? Well, how'd you miss that 2 or 3 footer? I wasn't trying to miss it. I was trying to make them all. Sometimes you just don't make them all.
Tiz?
I have one that a reporter asked me. I happened to be in the lead or close to the lead one year at the GMO. And my son was just a little toddler. Maybe he was 8, 9, 10 years old, but he would walk with me inside of the ropes. And this lady, for whatever reason, maybe she remembered some stories from way back, but why is it that your son can walk inside the ropes and nobody else can? What the hell kind of question is that? So I said, I'll tell you what I'll do tomorrow. What I'm going to do is walk outside the ropes with him. Glenn Miller, I remembered his name. He was in the background. He was cheering. "Atta boy, Tizzy." This is a dumb thing. What my kid walking with me? What's wrong with that?
Glenn Miller used to be the editor of the Wisconsin State Journal sports section, and you treated him pretty nice. And he'd go, "Tizzy, that was unbelievable, right?"
Well, he was quite a guy, and he was a good friend. Brash but likable. That's what he used to say all the time.
Yeah, he did.
But there is a story. We got a few seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're at Stevens Point playing in the State Open, and it's about the 14th hole or so, in contention, but hit it to the left. And he would sit there. He's kind of a tall guy with a pink flat top cap on, and then he's carrying his can of export. As he going around. And he comes up behind me, and he said, "Tizzy, what are you going to do here?" I said, "Well, I'm just going to put it right between these branches, knock it right on the green." "Whoa, I got to see that," he says. Now he stands 10 feet behind my ball. I mean, he's right there watching. So went on the green. "I never would have believed that." He said,
"I can believe that."
Right? But he was quite a guy. And the tournament that they used to have, I used to enjoy playing at Odana for him. Yeah. And unfortunately had the mishap there right out of the game. He had that heart attack there, but quite a guy.
Larry, how about you?
Not that many interviews in my career. And they've all been
pretty good.
Very fair, good questions. I really don't have any adverse things that.
You don't say that when we sit and have coffee in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I do. They've been pretty good.
Okay, then let's switch to, if it comes to hunting or golf, what's the best or worst purchase that you ever made?
Best or worst
purchase you ever made, something in golf or in hunting, something that after you did it, you go, "Really?"
Maybe you just defer to them and let me think about this.
All right.
Well, I can help him out with that one if you want.
Can you? There you go.
There's a thing that looks like, your turkey baster that you
Look at the
baste your turkey with at Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
You dab a little butter on there and then you rub it on the turkey to brown it up. Well, Larry bought a couple of those couple years ago, wasn't it, Larry? For deer hunting. Not actual turkey basters, but it kind of looks like them. He hung them from the tree, and then he puts his little scent out there to try to attract the deer right underneath the stand. It's almost illegal in my book. I mean, that's like baiting, and he's got these turkey basters hung all over the woods, well, Larry didn't shoot one. Tommy Martin ended up shooting one right underneath one of those turkey basters.
Oh my goodness!
There you go. That's a true story.
How about you, Tiz?
The worst thing I ever bought: golf
or tennis, or golf or hunting, or fishing, or whatever.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Most of the stuff has been on an as-need basis. Then go out and do some things. Maybe some of those wooden deer stands that we built 14 feet high, big enough so that you could walk around, and I can play solitaire on the table while I'm waiting for the deer. Sliding windows.
Yeah.
Heater.
Kind of comfortable chair in there. You got a little TV in there.
No TV. Heater. And then you can use your phone so you can talk on the phone while you're deer hunting, So that may be the worst thing that I ever did.
How about you, Steve?
I'm pretty frugal. But I do buy a lot of dumb things, I think, especially when it comes to hunting. I spend a lot of money on hunting. I trying to take care of these guys, make sure they're safe, make sure they don't fall out of the tree. And that we put Larry in the best possible position to shoot a big buck. And maybe this year, Larry.
I had to go with him one time to look for a brush hog. You put it behind the mower tractor and you cut high brush with it. he says, let's go. I got a used one I want to look at. So we drove over to this place and looked at it, and it starts it up, runs like a top, and the guy wants $1,600 for it.
Okay.
Steve, we went out back in the car, and Steve says, "Can you believe that guy wanted $1,600 for that?" I said, "Sounded pretty good." He didn't buy it.
You didn't?
No, sir. He went out and bought a new one. But some of these stories, they go into the small communities that we have, and they're all known. They're well known. They come in there, but these schools, sometimes there's a pool that they need money for, and these guys just pick up the tab to do the swimming pool or the like, unbeknownst to the community. And I'm talking whether it be Blanchardville or Argyle or something like that. And it's fun to watch how much they really do that people don't really have any idea. I mean, from computers or it's fun hanging around with people like that.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't had a story to tell about Denny one time. This is a golf story. We were up in Lasonia. We were invited in a Gene Edwards tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And they let us stay in a guest house. And there's a foursome, and we don't know what a damper is on a fireplace. So we start this fire up in a damper, and boy, pretty soon our eyes are watering. We can't see the cards. Pretty soon we can't see the people across from us. So we figure we'll crack up the windows. We open the windows and smoke is coming out of this thing. They come in, they thought the whole place was on fire. So we left after we got there. We're going to go eat. And we're driving to this little place, restaurant, supper club. It's called Norton's. So we're driving there, and the speed limit is 25 miles an hour. So Denny's cruising through there, and all of a sudden the lights come on, they pull him over, and they said, you're going 45 miles an hour.
That surprises me that he would drive.
Oh, he's a terrible driver, but he's going 45 miles an hour, and no ticket, a warning, etc. going through there. So we get done eating, and we're heading back, and the lights pick up on the live again. He's going 35 miles an hour, and that guy says, "What are you doing?" Then he said, he says, "I've learned." He says, I'm going 10 miles an hour less. Police officer says, "Proceed on your journey."
We'll be back with some closing thoughts after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
In today's world, we're more plugged in than ever, and we don't think twice when we flip the switch to turn on the lights or boot up our computers. We count on the stable, reliable transmission of electricity, and that's what American Transmission Company is all about. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps energize your everyday life. We're the vital link between power production and the people who count on it. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf membership.
Hey, Dave. You'll be out exactly at 56. We'll be back. All right.
At the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net.
With elevated tee shots featuring majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true,
25.
Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must playlist this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. We've only got a couple of minutes left, so about 30 seconds apiece here. Friendship-wise and athletic-wise, summary of what it's all meant for you to be associated with these guys and be involved in sports.
It's nice to know that whatever decision we make, they got my back all the time, whether it's anything that we do. It's a pleasure.
Steve?
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I mean, I've learned so much through Tiz and the golf game and life, and Larry the same way. We've all had a ball hanging out with one another, and we got a lot of years left too to do it and to hunt together. And we look forward to this time of the year so much to spend. This is when Larry and I and Tiz, we all spend a lot of time together. These guys spend a lot of time together all year, but now it's Larry, myself, and Tiz, and we drive down to Blanchardville. We just have a ball with it. And I've learned a lot, not only hunting stuff, but life lessons and obviously the game of golf for both these guys.
Yeah, I concur. Pretty much the same. In my early years, it was Larry who gave up 30 years of his life so I could go out and to play. And most appreciated, somebody there. We talk about somebody having your back, but here was somebody here doing my job so I could go and play golf. So the same, it's a relaxed type deal, not trying to prove anything to everybody. I think everybody in their own mind is a winner in their own right.
And Steve, want to thank you for your time throughout the year. We sincerely appreciate it. Larry, thanks for coming on.
He's going to send you a bill.
He is, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll forward it to you then for the Golf Effect, and we can take care of it there, right?
30 seconds.
Dean Sabatini, I'm listening to you guys, and you guys are all full of...
Well, that's going to about do it from Cherokee and Madison, and that's our final show for the year. But again, we want to remind you of two quick things. Number one is the golf passes have all been sold out for Wild Rock and UW Ridge. Thank you to the people that bought those passes. Enjoy your fall rounds at two outstanding golf courses. And for the people that participate in Birdies to End Alzheimer's, in case you're interested, the totals are in.
Here you go.
Yeah, $59,188.
Hey, I got a shout out to Bill Pennycamp out of Edgerton. He's a friend of mine who I beat up a little bit in junior golf, but he's a solid listener here. He listens every week, and he loves the show, and you guys do a great job with it.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Larry. And Tiz, been fun.
Thank you.
Been great.
So we bid you farewell for now. That's another season of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network.